or does different mean something else? So that's why. And also because I thought it was funny. Other questions?
I thought it was sort of hypocritical that she cared about what she looked like.
Yeah.
And later she decides when like Cole is going to come over to paint her nails a different color.
Yeah. What color does she paint them?
Pink.
And what color does she?
Purple.
Yes, exactly.
I noticed that.
Oh, yeah, I've got purple nails. Yay, oh, that's so cool. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, poor old Carly is a mess. She's not perfect by any means. I mean, she talks the talk about, I'm a free spirit, I'm independent, but when it comes down to it, she wants to be pretty for the guy. Yeah. What about other questions?
What did the boys next door, like, what role did they play?
They played the role of comic relief, I guess. Let's see. So there was Barry, Larry, Terry, Gary.
Yeah.
All right, another true story. So when I was growing up, my neighbors there's this big old stone wall, and across the way were my neighbors Huey, Dewey, Louie, and Nippy. It was a boy named Nippy. His full name was Nippolata. It was Greek. I thought that would be a hard name to go through life with, wouldn't it? So, we were always like, oh my gosh. And they would moon us sometimes over the wall. You know, so there's that scene where Carly and Anna see the bare bottoms. So that came from true life. And I think it was, again, that it was a way to show that all of a sudden, how did the guys start responding to Anna? These kids, how did they start responding to Anna?
Like her.
Yeah.
Peyton said that they would.
Yeah, Peyton said they would, and they did, and they're suddenly, they're throwing bras over the wall and saying, Anna, your milkshake brings all the boys. I mean, and so I guess I did it to show that that's just one more example of how it impacts Anna. It's inescapable, this for her, the way that people respond to her body. And does that happen to you guys? Do y'all ever feel like you're a body and it feels weird and like you don't want people to think of you that way? Or does that not really happen?
No.
That's because you're so strong and confident in yourself. And then for Carly too, she's like, she thinks it's insane, and she's also kind of pissed that nobody is calling out to Carly. You had a look on your face that made me think that you were thinking something.
No, I was thinking about it because Carly, she wanted to be different so badly, but then again, she wanted to be exactly like Anna.
Yeah.
So it's sort of it's a mix-up of what the definition of different is for Carly.
Yeah.
Is it being myself or being myself and looking like Anna?
Oh my gosh, that's exactly right. And how do you be yourself and still get people to like exactly? And what's more important? And how do you? Oh, it's hard. It's really hard to be human, I think.
I had a question about the part where the coach was, when Anna and Manzel were asking the coach to give Anna another chance. I mean, when Carly and Manzel were asking.
Right.
And then he said something about like how Anna was using her body to her benefit. I didn't really understand that. I mean,
what do y'all think about? All right, so you remember that scene? So Carly's like, Manzel says, you got to step up for your sister. We've got to get Coach Wanker, who's really Coach Wanker, but Coach Wanker to give her another chance. And so they go and they find him in the lifting weights and feeling very studly. And so, yeah, somebody else explained what you think was going on. So when Coach Wanker says, I'll give her another chance, but she needs to know, she can't rely on her looks. What do you think was really going on?
Well, like, Carly would, like, a couple times she would say how, like, she would like, turn around and find, like, the coach, like, looking at Anna's, like,
boobs.
Yeah. Looking at her boobs and how, like, how Carly kind of got mad. Yeah. And when, like, protective of Anna, and how, like, when, like, the coach kind of wanted to show that, like, he wasn't saying yes because she was, like, had, like, big boobs and, like, she was, like, really pretty. Now he noticed that. He goes, like, yes, but I'm not saying it because she has big boobs. I'm saying it because, like, I think she gives him the chance or whatever. But, like, he just wanted to say that because he knew that they knew that he thought that she was attractive.
Yeah, does that scene say more about Coach Wanker or more about Anna, do you think?
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
I think it's both because it says that I think she really did use her body to benefit. Like, having a body, why not use it? But she had her limits, I also think it was Coach Wanker because he was looking at her,
Yeah.
but he tried to cover it up
Yeah.
by saying Anna shouldn't do that.
Yeah, see, that's interesting because I think, and it's okay for us to have different opinions, with the diving board scene, I think some of the girls were flaunting their bodies and talking about, wanting to, I've got a crush on Coach Wanker. What was his first name? Steve. Steve and I are going to, like Peyton with her bathing suit with the cutouts, and then who was it that wore the bikini? Lydia. Was it Lydia? No? But no, it was Bad Attitude Sandy, that's it. Or Bad but I think Anna was just petrified, So I think she was still at the stage where she's like, I'm afraid of my new body, and I'm really afraid of the diving board. And I think Coach Wanker was a jerk. I think he was flat out, I personally think those were his issues. But, it's interesting to hear different perspectives on it. Do y'all have other questions?
About like Roger and how he was like German. I don't know. Kind of like when he would like say things in German that she was like felt kind of like special because like he would say like it was like his kind of thing that he would like do that. So it was like a certain reason why he was
that's a good question. Yeah. So Roger is European and he's different. He's not like all slick and cool. He's this big dude who rides a motorcycle and likes samurai movies. When I was in high school, there was this guy named Paul, and who had a crush on me, and I thought he was strange and I think back on that now, and I wish that I'd had a sense, like Carly, to see the right guy, and I didn't, and I was also trying so hard to be different, and yet afraid of being with the guy who was different. So what did y'all take out of the book, I guess, for yourself? Like, what do you think? I don't know. What do you think its message was? I hate that idea that a book has a message, but what did you take away from it?
I think you shouldn't be afraid of who you are. And like you said, with Roger being different, I think like if you really want something, no matter what anyone else thinks, like if you believe that's right, you should work towards it.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have distractions, but you have to work around them.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think the thing that like sisterly love is really important because at the end they got in a fight because of the party, but they were always going to be like sisters and like, be together.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about the whole sisters thing, but yeah, that you're going to have troubles with your sisters, but you plow through it, and it's messy and it's ugly. And do any of y'all have a hard time? Does it make you feel nervous if you cry? Yeah, me too. And it's like Carly had that too. It's like to get into the ugly parts of working things out sometimes means crying and being vulnerable and being messy, but that it's worth it to do that sometimes. Did y'all have other things that you got out of it?
Also kind of like that you can be yourself, but trying to like so hard to be different kind of makes you more like everyone else, because like trying to be like everyone else or trying to be different, and it's like kind of two groups. But if you're like yourself, kind of like you can be like everyone else, but you're still yourself, even if you like wearing short skirts. It's not like you're being plastic, or like if you like wearing big orange shirts, it's not like you're being different. Like if you actually are yourself and trying to like be yourself, I don't know, kind of like different between like you are yourself and then trying to like find out who you are, but kind of like changing who you really are. Kind of like different. You have to like realize that like whoever you are, it's
just own it.
Yeah.
Like have y'all ever had your friends make fun of you for liking some song that's really popular and really, and you're like, but I do like it. And that's I had to learn that too. It's like you don't reject things just because of and I've heard other people say, I refuse to read Twilight because everybody likes it so much. And I'm like, regardless of what you think about Twilight, to reject it, it's kind of silly. You refuse to read it for that reason?
So many people liked it.
But see, what if you liked it too?
I don't like it.
I was afraid that I'm going to read a 1,000-page book and hate it. So.
Well, that's okay. That's okay with me. Well, so did you guys like this one?
I really like this one.
Aw, that makes me so happy. Well, thank you guys so much for coming and talking to me about it.
Thank you.
Thank you.